Dímelo, Bo Dominican York. What's going on, mi gente? What the is going on? Mira, ya tuve, loco. This is the OG Delina from PDM. And then we've got Aventus for her from Creed. And I've been wearing each a spritz on the wrist for each for the last hour. And walking around outside with the dogs, sitting outside, chilling. And it's a warm day. It's in the 80s right now, or it's just dove under 80 degrees possibly. But no, suffice to say, I'm sitting there at the fridge getting water, and I'm getting wafts of each of these two an hour later without having to reach for them. Delina really surprised me. This is really the first day that I've really tried this. And what really enticed me is the rhubarb note. Not just a simple rose, which, it is a little bit feminine and mature, but it's not all the way there. It does have some nice rhubarb effect. It is refreshing. And I dare say something that I would wear mornings to kind of reset my nose as a male, personally. You know what I mean? Or I might spritz in the bathroom. You know what I mean? That's just me, though, and I don't know. I haven't seen my wife rock this one out. I did get a small one because not sure if she's 100% a rose fan. Probably as much a fan of rose as I am. And I might be becoming a little bit more rosy of a fan possibly than she is. But this is one to definitely sample. I definitely want to try Delina Exclusive next because it adds vanilla from what I understand. So I'm really interested about that now that I officially sampled Delina. And let's get a spritz. There's the atomizer. Good sprayer. And again, I sprayed over an hour ago on my wrist. And I do get, a mix of that rhubarb and the rose in the air. I do. This is really one of my favorite representations of rose so far. So Delina is knocking it out of the park. Quality seems great. Performance seems like it's not going to be a problem so far. But we'll have to see. Again, I might wear this one morning and just see how long it lasts. Now, Creed Aventus for her really surprised me today. Because I sampled this on my wrist the other day, and it really didn't play off that well. I didn't get the fruitiness. I picked up a little bit more of a mature scent. And today, and I had just lotioned, went with Soleil Janeiro Body Badalada. Also like rocking that Josie Moran, but, coming in and after doing some housework, some dishes and stuff, I went with Soleil de Janeiro, and then I decided to come in here, do a little spritz. And Aventus for her started to really pop off clean and fresh, the way Delina's clean and fresh in their own way. But this time I really picked up on that Aventus vibe, that fruit really came up. And it might have been because I was, freshly hydrated skin, and I don't know, but could have been just maybe that spray. I don't know, the way it landed today. And then again, I was getting water. My left wrist has Creed, my right wrist has PDM, and I was getting wafts of each. One was not outdoing the other. I kept thinking that one was outdoing the other because I would, get a whiff of Aventus for her and then another whiff of Delina, and then they kept dueling. These guys were, and I was not holding my wrist up to my nose. I was literally reaching, letting water, drain into the cup, and here I am. I don't even have a fan in the kitchen. I do have a ceiling fan in the living room, so there's this minor breeze. There's vents. So there's vents in the kitchen, obviously, for the AC. So there's wind circulating, and you know what? Right under the sink. Right under the sink, there's some vents. And that's why I get a lot of that push, I guess. I didn't even put two and two together. So when I'm doing dishes, I'm by the sink, and I'm actually having the air blowing directly at my legs. And that probably is blowing the air up and catching wafts I'm catching wafts of myself. Anyway, Aventus for her really, really surprised me today. I actually would rock this. I would rock this before I rock Delina out. I'm saying I actually would rock this one out, man. Let's get a spritz. Yeah, I'm digging this one today. Amazing atomizer. Mm, mm, mm. Smells more like Aventus than I remember. It really is like Aventus for her. Exactly what it says. Cheesy. Love the crown on the cap. I don't remember my Aventus having that. She's got a bigger bottle than I have. I've got a 1.7 and she's got a 2.5. And I don't think she really she's worn it once. I think when we first got it, but yeah, she was getting a mature scent from it too, because I mentioned that to her. And this time though, I'm really picking up on that pineapple. There's if there's not pineapple in here, there's a fruit that's a citrus pop that's reminding me of pineapple, because this thing's delicious. Goodness sake. Anyway, these are two to get your nose on. You got to sample each. And you can find each, at a really aggressive price if you take your time, search around discounters and everything. Ladies, these are really good scents that are a little bit more mature. They're not as youthful. So just be mindful of that. This may be something for somebody over 25, or even if you're under, you're already semi-professional or rocking in that professional world, possibly, or just looking to stand out in a clean. I mean, both of these are just clean as F. Fragrances, flower clean, fruity clean, even though I've also picked up white flower clean here, even though is rose a white flower? No, it's a rose. It's a red and white flower, or red flower. So this, I think, is white florals with fruits and some musks. And then this, I know it's got some rose, obviously. It's got like 2, at least, maybe 3 types of rose. It does have rhubarb. That's one of the things that really kind of intrigued me. I've been diving into rhubarb lately. And this is really good stuff. Delina, high quality. Definitely want to try Delina Exclusive. And then, of course, Aventus for her from Creed. Absolute gem. Anyway, que Dios te bendiga. Talk to you guys soon. Have a blessed